Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on, you guys? This is Joseph Conlon coming to you with your Smackdown Live review on Friday the 13th, 2020. This show tonight took place at the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. I am not going to be overly negative about this show tonight. I thought for a show that had to be relocated to the Performance Center because of this horrible outbreak with the coronavirus that is making the whole world panic right now. For what we saw tonight, I thought Smackdown, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. But it wasn't good as well. It was not good, and it wasn't bad. It was a very mediocre show. Average. I'll go with that. Very average show tonight from the Performance Center. Not going to be very long here. Just going to talk about the topics that happened tonight. Triple H, up until the last segment, the commentary was the best part of the show. The commentary tonight was Triple H and Michael Cole, and they were having a really good time, making jokes together, and all of that. We'll talk about it. I don't remember all of them, but they were making jokes, and it was funny. It was funny. I'm also not going to be overly negative because the entire world has been negative, including myself. The entire world has been negative over the past 2 days because of this coronavirus. And people like me are very stressed out, I guess you can say. Stressed out for the past few days. I've been stressed. I saw a video on Twitter that people are actually fighting over toilet paper at the store. That's pathetic. Alright, that's really pathetic. And this woman, I'll go to the quick story. I'll tell you about this video before we start talking about Smackdown. This woman was fighting over a set of toilet paper with this old woman. She looked like she was about 70. She looked like she was in her 70s, okay? And she looked like she was in her 70s. And this woman was gonna fight her over the toilet paper. So people came in, broke it up. The elderly woman got her toilet paper, and the other woman went off. And she had 5 stacks of toilet paper. She had like 5 or 6 stacks of toilet paper, where this poor old woman had 0. And she wanted to get another set of toilet paper, as if she hasn't had enough already. Overly selfish people, overreacting over toilet paper. We have people in 2020 fighting over toilet paper. Just get that through your mind for a second. That's pathetic. But before we start this review, make sure you guys go check out Wednesday's AEW Dynamite review that I did right here on the Big Fight Field channel. Lance Archer was revealed as Jake the Snake Roberts' new client. So go check out that video. And I apologize, I did not do an NXT video. I had schoolwork that I had to study for. And I was very stressed out yesterday with the suspension of MLB baseball season, NBA, other stuff, and the cancellation of March Madness. I was absolutely devastated about that. So, I did not have the energy to do an NXT review. So this is why I'm doing a Smackdown review tonight. And we are already 6 minutes in. So let's start off the review. I had Sasha Banks and Bayley coming out first, playing up to the crowd. They were like, "Where's Paige? Paige is supposed to be here tonight to do something." Triple H was on commentary. He's like, "She has traveling issues. She's not going to make it." So they're like, "Travel issues, huh? She got travel issues?" Out comes Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. What is this setup, you may ask? Tag team match player. A tag team match player. I love Teddy Long. So we had Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus Bayley and Sasha. I didn't really pay attention to the match. I had no interest in the match. I was on Twitter the whole time. But one thing that made me want to roll my eyes in the back of my head, and it was so stupid, was seeing Nikki Cross play up to an empty crowd. She was on the rope, saying "Let's go, Alexa," or whatever. She was clapping her hands, like you know how they do the slow clap, like they would do at the shows. She was doing that, and then she was stomping her foot on the steps. She looked like a complete idiot doing that. She looked like a idiot. Can't she just say, "Come on, Alexa"? She had to do the entire clap. She looked absolutely ridiculous, and it came off awful. Absolutely awful. And the ref came off as an idiot in the finish as well, because the ref was checking on Nikki Cross, and Asuka came through the empty crowd, and she was dancing on the aisleway, distracting Alexa Bliss. The dumbass ref never saw Asuka. I don't know how, but that's how they lost to Sasha and Bayley. So that was that. Nothing special. Just Nikki Cross looked like a dumbass, and so did the ref at the end. Nothing special. Roman Reigns. Don't get me started with Roman Reigns and Goldberg, man. Don't get me started. Reigns comes to the ring. He gives Michael Cole a fist pump. He says it's very weird being here without an empty crowd. He knows he's got the millions of people at home watching, so he thanks the people who are watching at home, because they're the real audience tonight. He then talks about Goldberg. Again, I have no interest. I barely paid attention to what Roman Reigns had to say here. I did not care. But what he did say was, Michael Cole said that there's been a lot of critics on social media, and when they see Roman, of why Roman doesn't deserve this match. Roman gets to call his shots, and Roman gets the main event WrestleMania, he said. So they just gave you the WrestleMania main event tonight. It is official. If WrestleMania even happens on April 5th, which we will talk about tomorrow right here on the Big Fight Phil channel, stay tuned for that. That if WrestleMania even happens, that the main event is going to be Roman Reigns versus Goldberg. And he said, I've been facing critics my entire life. If I can main event shows in a small town like Youngstown, Ohio, then how come I can't main event WrestleMania? I came back from leukemia faster than I ever had. I'm the hardest worker in the entire locker room, and if there's anybody who deserves this type of match at WrestleMania for the Universal Championship against Bill Goldberg, it's me. That's the way the promo ended. Man, if there's one person that I feel bad for right now, it's Drew McIntyre. Because actually, Drew McIntyre has been one of the hardest working men on the entire WWE. Never mind Roman Reigns. Look what Drew McIntyre had to go through. Drew McIntyre had to go through the 3MB garbage and being buried and losing matches every week back years ago. He was then released. He came back. He had a pretty good run in NXT as the NXT champion. And then they screwed him up on the main roster when he came back to WWE. They had him in all these tag teams and all these factions. They had him team up with Dolph Ziggler for a few months. Then 2 months later, he's in a faction with Baron Corbin and Bobby Lashley, which lasted about 3 months, which nobody had any interest in. What else? They put him with Shane McMahon, when Shane McMahon had his god-awful run when he was on television forcefully every single week. They put him with Shane McMahon, and he looked like a loser standing next to Shane McMahon. And then I don't even remember what they did with the guy after that. I can't remember. I don't remember what they did with Drew McIntyre after Shane McMahon. But this man went through so much. He won the Royal Rumble match. He's the most over guy on Monday Night Raw. No question about it. No question. He's the most over act on Monday Night Raw right now. And he is not main eventing WrestleMania because of the Roman Reigns agenda. How pathetic is that? That's a crime. If I'm Drew McIntyre, I would be pissed. He doesn't deserve that. He doesn't deserve not to main event WrestleMania. No one cares about Roman Reigns versus Bill Goldberg. People are actually invested into Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar. Like myself, I'm invested in Drew McIntyre taking the championship from Brock Lesnar. I don't care about Roman Reigns versus Bill Goldberg as the main event of WrestleMania. They don't even deserve to have the Universal Championship match. Never mind a main event of WrestleMania. That's pathetic. It's horrible. So that's what that segment was about. Ruined the entire thing for me. Backstage, Kayla Braxton interviews Jeff Hardy. He says it feels good to be back in the WWE after a few months. He says it's good to be back to be on SmackDown. And then he gets interrupted by King Corbin. Again, I didn't mind paying attention to what King Corbin had to say because he's garbage. But Jeff Hardy did say, I don't know if you heard, but I have a match tonight, and it's against you. It's against you. So we'll get to King Corbin and Jeff Hardy in a little bit. Then, oh God. I mean, this backstage segment wasn't bad. I'm not gonna say anything bad about that, but the next thing was just downright lazy. They have talent on the SmackDown roster who sat out tonight. Sheamus didn't have a match. Shorty G didn't have a I'm so sorry. Oh God. That was very disrespectful. Chad Gable didn't have a match. Ali, who we haven't seen in months, didn't have a match. Heavy Machinery didn't have a match. Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode didn't have a match. Instead of doing a rerun of the SmackDown Elimination Chamber match, could we have had a match between Chad Gable and Sheamus of some sort? Or just any match over this freaking time killer rerun? That's pathetic. Oh, God. That was awful. I'm sorry. That was not good. If the ratings are not good, you want to know why people stopped watching the show? Because of that. I guarantee you, when that came on, the remote controls were switching around the world, turning off the television. That was horrible. Miz and Morrison then had a segment after this. I'm not going to talk about it. I want to save time. I don't want to be here all night, so I'm not even going to talk about it. But then, before Daniel Bryan and Cesaro, they had Mojo Rawley on commentary talking about Rob Gronkowski and the rumors of him coming to WWE. And Mojo was there to say that the rumors of Rob Gronkowski coming to WWE are true, and he will be on SmackDown next week, and Mojo Rawley will be there as well. So, awesome. Awesome. We had Cain Velasquez, failed. Tyson Fury, failed. Rob Gronkowski is next. What the heck are they going to do with freaking Rob Gronkowski taking a roster spot away from the actual talent? Are they going to put him in a tag team with Mojo Rawley? They could after Mojo showed up tonight. They could very well put Rob Gronkowski in a tag team with Mojo Rawley, and they could make them the tag team champions. I'm not excited about this at all. I guess we'll have to wait and see what they do with Gronk, but this spells nothing but trouble in my opinion. I'm not happy about this. I'm not. I don't care about these mainstream guys appearing on television. I want to see the actual I want to see the actual competitors get television time. Not these mainstream names like Rob Gronkowski. Get the heck out of here, man. Get out of here. The best thing about this thing was that Mojo Rawley was keep telling Michael Cole to get hype, and Triple H was there, and he was telling Michael Cole to get hype, and Mojo Rawley and Triple H were legitimately beating up Michael Cole. It was funny. It was absolutely hilarious. And it made me laugh. Triple H buried Michael Cole tonight. I loved it. He said, I'm going to get out of here. I'm not that very good at the commentary table, and I'm sure people have said the same thing about your commentary too on social media. Dang, man. It's true. Michael Cole's he's not really a good commentator anymore. Oh, I'm tired. Let's move on. Daniel Bryan versus Cesaro. This was good. This was a pretty good match. We got Drew Gulak coming out with Daniel Bryan. And they did the yes movement together. And, Drew Gulak helped Bryan out after the match, beating up Sami Zayn's alliance. I don't have a problem at all with Drew Gulak being paired with Daniel Bryan. It gets him some TV time. Being paired with Daniel Bryan can help Drew Gulak, and it's going to make the storyline that Daniel Bryan is in better, I think. And that's exciting. I'm really happy about that. And I'm not going to talk about the match. The match is really good, though. Daniel Bryan won with the roll-up, but this could be very good for Drew Gulak. This could be very good for him. Because what I could see happening is Drew Gulak taking advice from Daniel Bryan for a while. He's there. He's in Daniel Bryan's corner. He's cheering for Daniel Bryan. He's going to be in Daniel Bryan's corner for the past few months. Daniel Bryan is more than likely facing Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania, which I love. I love that idea. They can have Drew Gulak be in Daniel Bryan's corner the next few months. They can have Drew Gulak take advantage of being with Daniel Bryan by picking out his disadvantages and what Daniel Bryan does right and what Daniel Bryan does wrong and his weaknesses. And I would say around the summertime this happens, when the time is right. Drew Gulak turns on Daniel Bryan, and we get a SummerSlam match between Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak for the Intercontinental Championship. That's the way I would go with things. Will WWE do it? I don't know. You can't trust them a lot these days. That's the way I would go. Jeff Hardy versus King Corbin. This match, again, I did not care about. A lot of things I didn't like about this match. Two main things. Number one, they overshadowed the return of Jeff Hardy for freaking King Corbin and Elias. Yes, let me say that again. They overshadowed the return of future Hall of Famer Jeff Hardy for feud that nobody cares about in King Corbin and Elias. That's infuriating to me. That is absolutely infuriating and should never happen to a man like Jeff Hardy. And two, why are we calling Jeff Hardy's signature move the Twist of Fury and not the Twist of Fate? It's been called the Twist of Fate for years. And all of a sudden it's called the Twist of Fury. Well, I don't get why they did that. Did they do that because of Matt Hardy leaving? I don't know. All I know is if they're trying to build to a King Corbin Elias match at WrestleMania, that's so uninteresting. And that might be one of the most uninteresting WrestleMania matches of the entire night. Next to Roman Reigns and Bill Goldberg, you got Baron Corbin and Elias. Those two, that's gonna bore me at WrestleMania if that happens. Those two are pre-show material, Andre the Giant Memorial Catering Battle Royal. That's what they should do. No one cares about King. No one's gonna care about King Corbin versus Elias in a one-on-one. They just put them in the Andre the Giant Memorial Catering Battle Royal. Finally, before I get out of here, we got the final segment. This was by far the best thing on the entire show. John Cena and Bray Wyatt. So Michael Cole allows John Cena to come out first. John Cena says, "It feels weird not being here with the people, but I miss them already, and I cannot wait to see them again when we get back together. I hope it is sooner rather than later." He then talks about Bray Wyatt. He's saying Bray Wyatt's the reason why he had a downfall in his career and why he went on a terrible slump in his career. He said, "There are people in the WWE who always blame other people over themselves. Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon's the perfect example of that, actually. He then said, I'm trying to get my words together here. He then said, people blame others, not themselves. Bray Wyatt is the reason why he went on his slump. Bray Wyatt is his own enemy. He was lazy and he didn't care." So when Cena, he says, "Why are we using the term buried?" When Cena, all that happens with Cena was he lost to The Miz at WrestleMania. He lost to The Rock. He lost to RVD at One Night Stand. He got clobbered by Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. He lost in a squash match to The Undertaker. Why do people not say John Cena is buried? Because John Cena is John Cena. And John Cena is always going to get back up, no matter what happens to him whatsoever. Bray Wyatt does not care, and then they played the clip back of John Cena saying WrestleMania should go on without John Cena, and this year's WrestleMania is about the future. So then Michael Cole said, "Why did you accept the challenge if you said that WrestleMania should go on without John Cena?" He said, "Simple. Bray Wyatt challenged me to a match." And then he said some integrity. And he said, "Integrity. Bray Wyatt is not the future of the WWE." And then he says, "Guys like McIntyre, Ciampa, Riddle, Ripley, Velveteen Dream should be getting chances, not these guys who are always getting 5th and 6th chances and rinse and repeat." Vince McMahon, thank you, John Cena, for bringing that up, because it reminds me of Vince McMahon always giving the same guys chances. I'm sick of it. John Cena is telling the truth here. And then out comes Bray Wyatt. This got even better once Bray Wyatt comes out. Bray Wyatt was standing at the barricade all by himself in his red sweater and jeans. He said, "You look great, John. You look great. Hollywood movie star. You still got your big muscles. Everyone loves you. You're John Cena." But what you don't understand is that you killed me. You killed me. You killed the Wyatt compound 6 years ago. And you helped me start the Firefly Funhouse. So that was a really good line from Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt was masterful in this. I'm actually going to play a small clip. I know we're at 32 minutes, but I'm going to play a small clip of Bray Wyatt's promo because it was so freaking good. I want you guys to listen.
I started listening to him. And they took my crooked little world and they turned it into a majestic fun house. You broke me, John. But the Fiend, he put me back together. And at WrestleMania, it's going to be a slaughter. You just don't know it yet. Let me in, John.
That segment on tonight's show couldn't have been any better in my opinion. And it was by far the best thing on the show, and I know how hard I've been on Bray Wyatt since he lost to Bill Goldberg at Super Showdown. But that segment tonight with John Cena was fantastic. And they have to have really good segments like this going on into WrestleMania, if it happens. Good segments like this will get me into the match. Right now, a teeny tiny bit got me into the match. So we'll see what they do with John Cena and Bray Wyatt going into WrestleMania. I should say before WrestleMania. And I gotta wrap this video up, guys. I'm at 34 minutes for a freaking Smackdown review. Jesus. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you haven't already, subscribe right here on the Big Fight Fuel channel. We will be here with the News and Rumors video tomorrow. We will be talking about all of the cancellations, all of the canceled wrestling events around the entire world thanks to the coronavirus. We're going to go over the big shows that got moved locations. And if I can find any other rumors, we'll talk about that as well. But this coronavirus is basically the only rumor going around in pro wrestling. It involves coronavirus. So that's that. Comment down below what you guys thought of tonight's Smackdown. Like this video with a super kick. Follow me on Twitter at Colin_Joseph. Follow Eddie on Twitter, Eddie Mullins515. And I will see you guys tomorrow on the Big Fight Field channel. And remember, wash your hands and blow your nose after you sneeze so we don't get sick. Have a good night.